What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. There are a lot of new stackers joining the precious metals community, and more importantly, they're silver stackers. So welcome, everyone. Silver is definitely the safest, smartest investment with the most opportunity and potential. You're literally the 1%, or we call it, Wall Street Silver says, the 0.999%. Now, since you're new, there are a lot of things to go over. Because yes, it's so easy to go on AppMex or somewhere and just buy an ounce of silver. But when you're looking at a stacking strategy, when you're looking at all the different types of silver you can buy, the different ways you can stack, it can get a little complex. So I try to make videos to break it down as simple as possible. And the whole point of my videos are to not tell you what to do, but talk about some of the options, and hopefully you can reflect upon yourself and see what fits you best. Because what works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me. Maybe you have a higher income than I do, or maybe you're planning on selling in a different time frame than me, or maybe you have different goals and interests, right? It really is individual, and that's one of the most beautiful things about precious metals, about silver stacking. Now, there is a saying that most of us real silver stackers say, and that is, if you can't hold it, you don't own it. The reason we stack silver, the physical metal, is because it has intrinsic value within itself. No matter who says that 1 ounce American Eagle is worth what, that's irrelevant, because the value of the coin is the 1 ounce inside of it, not the spot price attached to it. And that's why we don't invest really into the SLV or any of that stuff. We buy physical silver. It's scarce, right? We buy the physical metal. Now, if you're buying the physical metal, that's a beautiful thing. And even if you diversify in the SLV or whatever, do you. I just highly recommend that you buy physical silver. Now, with that said, since you are in complete control when you buy this physical silver, you have to store it somewhere, right? Well, there's a reason that a lot of us buy silver instead of keeping our money in banks, in our bank account. And that's because we don't trust banks. And some of us, I'm not trying to put on my tinfoil hat or any of that. It doesn't have to be like that, right? The whole point of us transferring our money out of our bank accounts into our own hands is because we want complete control of our money. So if you have silver in a safety deposit box, for example, you can't access your money at your need. What if the bank is closed? You're screwed. What if the bank shut down? What if something happens and you need to access your silver right now? What if there's an emergency and you have to take off, or that's your silver is still basically in limbo. If you can't hold it right then in your hand, then you don't own it. When your silver's in a safety deposit box, the bank owns it. I mean, it's yours, but they're holding it. If you can't hold it, it's not yours, and they're holding it for you. It's kind of like, and a lot of you probably invest into crypto now, so this is a perfect example to explain the same type of situation. Coinbase is an exchange. A lot of people buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, and they hold it on Coinbase. You shouldn't do that. That's called a hot wallet. If you download Exodus and store your Bitcoin there, that's a cold wallet. You are in complete control when your Bitcoin's in Exodus. But when it's on Coinbase, which is like keeping your silver in a safety deposit box, that's not yours. When your Bitcoin's on Coinbase, if Coinbase shuts down or goes offline, you can't access your Bitcoin. When it's in your Exodus wallet, it's yours and nobody can touch it and nobody can even hack into it. It's yours. Same thing goes with silver. If you want complete control, then cut out the middleman. Nobody's holding it for you. Now, when it comes to storage and security, there's a lot to this. It seems so simple, just buy a safe and put your silver in it. But even when you're talking about it from that perspective, Do you have coin capsules? Are you wearing gloves? Do you have silica gel packs in your safes? Are you using tarnish strips? Is there low moisture? Is it in your basement? Is high moisture? Do you have a dehumidifier? Right? All this stuff matters. It would be so terrible if you spend all this hard work, this time, money, energy, and patience, years and years of stacking, and the reason you lose money is because you didn't store it properly. Imagine that. That would be the worst kick in the butt ever. And it's not like it was something out of control. You're the reason that you screwed yourself over because you didn't store it properly. And I used to make a lot of videos showing my silver and talking about coin capsules, right? I would talk about the black gaskets, which were my favorites, coin tubes. I don't really use them that much anymore. The first like 3-4 years, I really loved them, but nowadays most of the coins I buy already come with the capsule anyways. So regardless though, people used to say all the time on my videos, Slayer, why are you buying capsules? You're paying so much extra money that you could be buying silver. And I would say, hold on a second. Let's think about this. I would rather pay 20 cents to ensure that coin's condition will be BU, brilliant, uncirculated, untouched by human hands forever, rather than risk it and that coin lose a lot more than 20 cents in value if the condition gets ruined. It's like paying 20 cents to ensure that coin stays in perfect condition. And if that coin doesn't, if it gets scratched or whatever, milk spotted or whatever the case, that coin will lose several dollars, not just 20 cents. And you can buy in bulk from On Fire Guy, airtights.com, a lot of different places you can buy in bulk, and you can get the capsules for like 5-10 cents a piece. I'm willing to pay 10 cents, 20 cents to make sure that my coin will always stay untouched by human hands, right? So storage can be something, or if it's something you haven't really thought about, you should. And a lot of times people don't want it in their safes, or they have it in several different places. Maybe if you have like a storage center, some in there, some in your backyard, in the ground, whatever. And we can even take this a step further and be careful who you tell in person. Your best friend that you trust with all your heart, that even though you trust him, I know silver stacking is so cool and it's so exciting. You want to tell everyone. And that's why that's one of the reasons I made a YouTube channel, is because I couldn't tell people I know in person. But I still wanted to show off the cool coins I have. I still wanted to share this passion. So I did it on the internet. But in person, you got to be careful, because yes, your best friend Bob or Billy or whoever, he might have the best intentions and you tell him, but maybe he's at the bar, he had one too many drinks, and he's talking to someone, and then the topic of money comes up, or investing, and then and subconsciously, he didn't even mean it with bad intent. He goes, oh yeah, my friend has showed me this gold eagle or all this silver. And then the person that he's telling to at the bar is like, oh really? Yeah. Where does he live again? Or, what's he up to nowadays? And that guy might not have the best intent. And then next thing you know, all your savings is gone. So you got to be careful. Really got to be careful. This is one of those topics that I take pretty serious, because it is serious. A lot of times precious metals is our hope for our future, financial freedom. And if that gets taken away because we didn't store it properly or think thoroughly through this, then, that could be devastating. So, just think about this stuff. If you are storing your silver, do you use safety deposit boxes? Do you use, a vault halfway across the country? Do you go that route? I mean, you really just want to think logically. And a lot of the SHTF preppers, I know what they do. They're definitely not keeping it in a bank. It really just depends on your standpoint. And most silver stackers are stacking for a reason, because they don't quote unquote trust banks, but people know banks are corrupt. That's a given. People know that the financial system is corrupt. I mean, that's pretty obvious at this point in time. So just be careful, right? If you can't hold it, you don't own it. There's a reason we say that. There's a reason we say that. There's a reason why the dollar's lost 98% of its purchasing power. There's a reason why every financial system that's ever been created throughout man has failed, has collapsed. It's designed to fail. So if you keep your money or your real money in somewhere like that, it just, if something ever was to come up, if there was an emergency and you can't access it, then was that really yours to begin with, right? So just be careful. I just want to make this video mainly to just see what you guys have to say. I really want to know. You guys don't have to tell me how where you store your silver. You don't got to say, oh, I keep mine in my safe in my basement. You don't got to say that. Just, maybe some new stackers, they never thought about this. Maybe they keep it in their shoebox under their bed and they haven't really thought it through of how dangerous that could be. Even to other family members in the house, you never know how shady someone could be. People are shady when it comes to money and when it comes to things of value. So be careful. It could be even family members. It could even be your mom or your dad or your brother. It seriously could. So be careful. Protect your wealth, because the end game is financial freedom. And I would hate for you guys to screw over yourselves because you didn't think something like this thoroughly through. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos every single day, usually 2-3 videos a day. Lately, it's been a lot because there's been a lot going on. I covered an article yesterday talking about some huge news, like some serious stuff. The numbers just came out, right? The article was posted at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. I had that video out by like 4 or 5 p.m. because I needed to get that stuff out. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go check the video out. It's called like breaking news, something. But yeah, a lot of good stuff coming out lately, and just be prepared because times are getting crazy and it's just getting started. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.